Nova Scotia. The Canadian coastline. Hundreds of deserted islands battered by deadly storm systems, gale force winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Throughout history, the waters off Nova Scotia have brought down an estimated 10,000 boats or more, forcing fishermen to abandon ship into frigid waters and a fight for their life. Stranded off the coast of a deserted island, a scenario two of America's top survival experts, military-trained woodsman Dave Canterbury and self-reliant naturalist Cody Lundin will experience firsthand.
The mix that you've got here is the most deadly mix you can have.
All over the world, boats go down, people die. January, off the coast of Nova Scotia, where the Titanic went down, that's hardcore.
Dave and Cody are placing themselves in one of the most extreme environments on the planet to show what it takes to survive.
We're going to be trialed, we're going to be tested, it's going to be cold, it's going to be wet, but the experience is a lesson for anyone who, God forbid, would ever be in this position.
This is a dire situation. Ready or not, here it comes.
The winds at our back right now, we're just going to have to overshoot this island a little bit to get the current to blow us into it.
Let's do it.
Before becoming a skilled hunter and survivalist, Dave Canterbury spent 8 years climbing the ranks to become an Army sniper. He took that combat experience and turned it into some of the most respected survival videos on the web.
You can still maintain your bearing and get where you're going.
His philosophy, the elements are your enemy, and only the strong will survive.
My training is military. I'm trained to run and gun, get it done, you suck it up, you deal with it. This is going to be a test of everything that I've got.
Let's keep moving. The only thing we got for generating heat is us moving.
Primitive living skills expert Cody Lundin doesn't just teach survival in the bush. He lives it. His home is far from civilization, and each year he takes students into the desert himself and survives right alongside of them. He's even written 2 books about the best ways to survive any situation. His mantra, adapt to the elements or die.
I pay attention to Mother Nature because she's the boss. So I'm trying to think with her and not against her.
We got to head for those trees up there, Cody. Get this thing out of the wind.
They each follow their own survival instincts. But working with someone else is a first for both.
It's cold, man. I mean, it's freaking cold.
First order of business, getting warm.
This is probably a 9.5 to 10 out of 10 on the shittiest conditions you could possibly be in to try to survive.
For Cody, adapting to his natural surroundings is a practice he's pushing to an extreme by living the last 2 decades in only shorts and going barefoot. Even here, he's choosing to only wear socks.
I just need a few more minutes to regroup here a little bit.
Native Arctic cultures have adapted to the cold on a cellular level over generations. Cody is trying to do it in just 1.
I've been going barefoot for over 20 years. It trains the mitochondria, which are small organelles within the human cell that are the body's furnace. It makes them train harder and longer, which helps me produce more body heat on a day like today. I'll be ready in 30 seconds.
He chooses not to wear shoes and not to wear pants. It's bush hippie logic and Mother Nature stuff that I don't get.
It's not a gimmick, it's a passion I have. I feel closer to the earth. My mitochondria can kick Dave's mitochondria's ass any day of the week. We made it to shore.
Yeah, so far so good, right?
Besides what natural resources the island provides, the only supplies on hand are a few basics from the burning vessel.
Guess everything got wet.
A knife, a plastic tarp, an emergency Mylar blanket,
This is good.
and a single rescue flare.
We've got an hour and a half worth of light.
At the most, yeah.
I want to get in those woods.
The best defense from bitter coastal winds and potential hypothermia is to find protection inside the dense woods.
Take the path of least resistance if we can find it here. Straight up through here, probably, Cody.
We need to find someplace better than this. This sucks.
Man, I'm freezing my ass off, dude.
As a survival instructor, this situation on the suck factor of death, it's got to be a 10. Let's get into this thicket here. Let's
break in through here, see what we can find.
It's a combination of wet, raw, cold, and disorientation, and fear, and lack of supplies, and everything is sucking the body heat out of you. Very scary situation. There's some stuff.
That sun's going down, buddy. We're just about to get screwed by Mother Nature real fast.
We've got about an hour left of light.
Daylight is short in the Canadian winter, and after sundown, temperatures can drop 20 degrees in just a few hours.
What I'm looking for is Ma Nature's shelter. I want something that's as ready-made as possible.
Resorting to a natural cover, like thick overgrown trees or brush, saves valuable time.
The other issue with this is we're starting to go downhill into a valley.
I know, cold air sinks. I don't like that. Look at this up here. See that?
Yeah.
Looks like a tree fell over or something like that.
That's good. Let's check it out.
Let's check that out.
I don't know, brother. Got some water in there, man.
There's water in there, but there's cover, and there's a safe place to build fire right out here. There is no perfect shelter spot. That's only in the survival books, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How many flares do we have? Just one?
We got one. It's a one-shot deal. You got to have good dexterity in your hands to be able to make friction fire, and everything's wet right now out here anyway, so flare gun may be the best option.
All bets are on that flare gun. We need to diversify tasks.
I'll get the fire ready.
Okay, I'm going to clear out this snow and then get some boughs.
All right, man. Let's get it done. I've got boots on. It's easy for me to roam this place real quick and find the dry wood to put on that fire with. A lot easier than it is for Cody. So his tasks are going to be right there by the camp so he can minimize his amount of walking through the snow in his wool socks. That way, I'm taking care of him.
And it's probably going to dip down 20, 25 more degrees as that sun goes below the horizon. It's going to be cold tonight.
Looking for good firewood in this place is pretty bad. It's tough.
Flares contain potassium perchlorate, a powerful oxidizer, but it burns off in just a few seconds. Extremely flammable tinder is the only thing that can catch the short-lived flame.
As you can tell by looking around here, this place is soaking wet.
Dried moss is flammable and burns quickly, but may not catch long enough to create a fire.
I'm going to put some in my pocket and use body heat to start to dry some of it out. Okay, where's the target area for this flare gun?
I think we're talking right here in this hole. Right to the back of the fire bed right here.
This flare, it's a wild card. We just need to rock and roll and see what happens. Okay, you got the target area, man?
I got it,
Okay,
Cody.
let's rock and
You
roll.
ready?
I'll run down there. I'm ready to run down there.
When Dave sets off the flare, they have seconds to ignite their tinder before the flame burns out.
All right, brother, fire in the hole. Oh, Cody, damn thing didn't go anywhere.
Get some more small stuff. It's too wet.
Yeah, it's not dry enough.
Too wet, too wet, too wet. No, I can't see what I'm doing because of the smoke.
That old man's beard in there, maybe.
Yeah, here, let me get this.
You got it?
It's too wet. Come on.
It's too wet back in there.
Come on.
That's what happened. All right, Cody, blow her to life, baby. Getting that fire started is very much like giving a human body CPR. Cody's in there just going at it and going at it and going at it, and he wasn't giving up, and he wasn't letting it go until he got that fire going.
Watch out.
I'm gonna keep piling the smaller tinder on there as you're putting the bigger stuff on, man. There's only 3 ways that you can heat your body. You can have clothes on, you can eat food, or you can build fire. Fire is like God in a situation like this.